Welcome to From Shambles to Shambhala. I'm Zia, and Sophie's around here somewhere, and she might show up. And we just wanted to wish you a really warm and happy solstice, wherever you may be. It's been quite a year, 2021, and for me personally, some of the most amazing things in my entire life have happened this year, and also some of the most stressful. And I've just been spending this day really feeling into that still point that is so palpable at this time of year. And I went for a walk, and just incredibly magical today, just so peaceful. Even though there's so many people bustling around and shopping and doing all their preparations for the holidays, if you just feel underneath all of that, there is this deep, deep stillness. And I've just taken some time to really nourish myself with that today. We wanted to drop in on you for this really special episode. It's a bonus episode, and it's also our 21st episode, which seems perfect for 2021 and closing out the year. And oh, there she is. Hey Sophie. We haven't been around a whole lot lately, but even though we're not always showing up on camera, that doesn't mean we're not there working behind the scenes and editing the videos and getting them out there for you. I've just been spending time today really counting my blessings. I've had so many this past year. Got to go see my family in New Brunswick last August, and so grateful for that. I've had the honor to visit a powerful waterfall over these past few weeks, and had the opportunity to take some video footage of that glorious churning water, and to just sit and be with that energy. And it is so pure and so refreshing, and I just really felt called to share it with all of you. So if you stick with us till the end of the video, you have the opportunity to have a bath in this energy and to feel that flow that we're all being called to step into at this time. So wishing you all a wonderful, magical holiday season and New Year. If all goes well, we'll see you on January 1st with our first video of 2022. Bye for now.
Hi everybody, and welcome to From Shambles to Shambhala. It's Peter here. We've got a bit of a mucky day today, cold, rainy, sleety, so we just decided to come into the warmth and do the presentation from inside today. And we want to focus on the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere for this special edition of Shambles to Shambhala. But before we go into the solstice, I just want to talk a little bit about the days preceding moving into the solstice. Because on Saturday, December the 18th, every year on that day, we are directly aligned with the galactic center. So the galactic center, the center of the Milky Way galaxy, is directly aligned with our sun. So all of these galactic energies come pouring down through our sun and into planet Earth, and therefore into us. So there is this wonderful opportunity for us to download energy and information from our sun coming through from the galactic center. And what's interesting about this from a gene key perspective is that every year on December the 18th, we are in the 11th gene key, line 6, which brings us to the end of 4 codes that go back to back, which are called the Ring of Light. So this period is about us downloading as much light as we can into our multidimensional self to elevate our frequency up into the city states and to activate our DNA within. This year, however, we have an additional aspect to it, which is that the full moon is going to be in Gemini right on that day. So if the sun is in the 11.6, it means that the moon is going to come in on the 12.6. And the 12th gene key is the shadow of vanity. And so what this full moon is asking us to do is to set ourselves free from any old attachments we have to our own egoic self and the 3D matrix. So I would encourage all of you to really take a look inside yourself. And it doesn't have to be on the 18th, because the 3-day window from the 18th to the 21st is the preparation for the solstice. But what we want to do is to recognize that the more we clear out of our system, the more light we can take in to our cellular structure. Now, there's one other important feature taking place on this full moon, and that is that Venus and Pluto are coming into a precise conjunction, and it's going to last for quite a long time, because Venus is also turning retrograde at this time, and they are hovering between the 61st and 60th gene key. So this is all about transformation of the old patriarchal systems into the new earth, with the divine feminine taking a very significant major role in that. So this all begins on the 18th, but also follows through to the solstice, which takes place on December the 21st at 7:58 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday morning. And just to explain the solstice, it is the moment when in the northern hemisphere the sun is moving down as far south as it goes, and at that precise moment on the solstice it stands still and begins its journey back. So for 3 days, if you looked at the sunrise or the sunset, you would see the sun returning at exactly the same position for those 3 days before it begins its journey back. So this represents the rebirth of the sun as it begins its journey back into the light. So the winter solstice then in the northern hemisphere corresponds to the rebirth of the sun, and that can be seen as the sun S-U-N, the sun making its movement back to the light. But it can also be seen as the rebirth of the sun S-O-N, which then obviously leads into the birth of Christ on Christmas Day in the Christian tradition. So wherever you're coming from in your life, this provides a wonderful opportunity for each of us to rebirth ourselves back out into the world in the way in which we want to be in this new earth coming. And as a result of all the stuff that's been going on for the last couple of years, we've been tending to focus too much on what we don't want in our future. So now here we have this wonderful opportunity on the solstice to really focus on what really matters to us and what we want the new earth to be for us in the new energies as they come in. And you may or may not know the details of your desire for yourself in the future. So I suggest you focus on the feelings that you will have once you are in that new earth, what that will be like for you, and start feeling those feelings now, as if they're already in form, to help us move towards that new earth. Whatever those feelings might be, peace, joy, bliss, ecstasy, whatever the cities are in your profile, if you have your profile, you may want to look into those and see which ones you really want to work with as this energetically unfolds. So a great day to do some form of ceremony on Tuesday to connect to the solstice and the return of the sun. And just one final piece to add, over the Christmas weekend or the Christmas 3-day period, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, there is the third Saturn-Uranus square, which takes place over that 3-day period precisely. And it's the third time this year that Saturn and Uranus have come into this perfect square because of retrograde motions that they've come into this alignment. And they're not very happy bed companions, because Saturn is all about the old structure, the old way, and Uranus is all about sudden and immediate freedom, setting ourselves free through sudden and unexpected shocks. So the two are not very comfortable with each other. And as this is the third and final square, I'm seeing this as an opportunity for Uranus in Taurus, the sudden breaking free, connected to Mother Earth herself, through that old Saturn energy, to break open the old structure and begin the creation of the new structure. Now Saturn is in Aquarius, which is all about the new age of Aquarius. So I see this as a wonderful opportunity for us to really begin to develop the structures that we want to put in place for us to move into this new earth, this new energy of freedom. Because they're not particularly friends with each other and they're in a square, just realize that over that Christmas time, there could be some tension, there could be some dynamics that occur. So what we're wanting to do is to maintain our own calm, centered, detaching from the drama, being the witness of whatever takes place, and staying calm and centered throughout, as we are most likely to be spending time with friends and family at that time, just being aware that we want that to be a very peaceful, loving, blissful time with our family. It's been a really challenging year, 2021, and let us now set the intentions then for a wonderful outcome for ourselves, for everyone on the planet, for the planet itself in the year 2022.